What if I told you that in just autumn months, I went from being completely broke to a self-made millionaire? No scams, no luck, just a proven blueprint that works. In this video, I'm revealing every step I took, the exact strategies, and the mindset shifts that transformed my life. Stick around, this could be yours too. My rock bottom story, let me take you back to the lowest point in my life. I was broke, not just a little short on cash, broke, but checking my empty bank account every hour hoping money would magically appear broke. I had nothing. No savings, no backup plan, just stress, shame, and a mountain of debt. This is the story of how I hit rock bottom, and how that moment became the turning point that changed everything. The downfall, how I lost it all, it didn't happen overnight. My financial disaster was a slow train wreck, one bad decision after another. I was working a dead-end job, barely making enough to cover rent. But instead of being smart with money, I was reckless. I spent on stupid things, buying stuff to impress people, and pretending I had it together. Then, the unexpected hit. My car broke down. Medical bills piled up. My job cut hours. Suddenly, I was drowning. The worst moment, the day my car declined at a gas station, I had to leave my groceries behind at the checkout. I sat in my car, staring at my last 3 years, wondering, how the hell did I get here? The wake call that night, I couldn't sleep. My mind was racing. I'm too young to be this broke. I'm smarter than this. If I don't change now, I'll be stuck like this forever. I realized something painful. I was the problem. Not the economy, not my boss, not bad luck, me. My choices, my laziness, my excuses, they put me here. And if I was the problem, that also meant I could be the solution. The decision that changed everything. The next morning, I made a promise to myself, no more excuses, no more blaming, no more being broke. I didn't know how I'd fix it yet, but I knew I had to start. So I did 3 things immediately. Faced the numbers. I opened a spreadsheet and wrote down every dollar I owed. Seeing it in black and white was terrifying, but it was the first step to fixing it. Cut all BS spending, no more eating out, no subscriptions. No, I'll buy it now and figure it out later. I sold anything I didn't need. Found a way to make more money. I took an side hustle. Delivery gigs, freelancing, flipping stuff online. I didn't care if it was beneath me. I needed cash. The hardest part, it wasn't easy. There were days I wanted to quit. I worked 16-hour shifts. I missed parties, vacations, and fun because I was grinding. I had friends who laughed at me. Why are you stressing so much? Just relax. But I didn't stop because I'd rather struggle now than stay broke forever. The first sign of hope after months of grinding, I saw progress. Paid off my first credit card, saved $100 for the first time, landed a better paying side hustle. It wasn't millions yet, but it proved something critical. If I could go from 5,000 to 0, I could go from 0 to 10,000 and then to 100,000. Why hitting rock bottom was the best thing that happened to me. Looking back, I'm grateful for that low point. Because if I hadn't hit 0, I would have kept living the same way. Comfortable, but going nowhere. Rock bottom wasn't the end. It was the foundation. It forced me to stop pretending. Take responsibility, build discipline, appreciate every dollar. Most people never change until they have to. I was lucky. I hit my have to moment early. Your turn. If you're where I was, broke, stressed, feeling stuck, I want you to know you can change this. It starts with one decision. Enough is enough. Admit where you are. Take control of your money. Start grinding, even if it's small, because the same person who's broke today can be a millionaire in a few years. I'm proof of that. But it all starts with hitting bottom and deciding to climb back up. Next step in the next section, I'll break down the exact mindset shifts that took me from broke to financially free. Don't miss it. This is where the real change begins. To the millionaire mindset shift. What if I told you that becoming a millionaire has almost nothing to do with money and everything to do with how you think? When I was broke, I believed wealth was about luck, connections, or working yourself to death. But after meeting real millionaires and studying success, I realized something shocking. The biggest difference between rich and broke people isn't their bank account, it's their mindset. Today, I'm breaking down the exact mental shifts that transformed me from a broke, stressed out struggler to someone who attracts wealth effortlessly. 1. From scarcity to abundance, the old me. There's never enough. Money is hard to make. Rich people are greedy. I used to think money was limited. Like if someone else got rich, it meant less for me. That's scarcity mindset, and it kept me broke. The shift, I started studying self-made millionaires and noticed one thing: they all believed in abundance. There's more than enough for everyone. Money flows easily to those who provide value. Wealth is created, not taken. Action step every morning. I repeated, money comes to me easily and frequently. At first, it felt like a lie. But over time, my brain started seeing opportunities instead of obstacles. 2. From I can afford it to how can I afford it? The old me, I'd see something expensive and immediately say, I'll never be able to buy that. That shut down my creativity. It made me feel powerless. The shift a millionaire friend told me never say I can't afford it. Ask instead, how can I afford it? That tiny change forced my brain to problem. Solve instead of quit. Instead of I can't afford a course, how can I make an extra 500 this month? Instead of investing is for rich people, how can I start with just $50? Result, within months I found side hustles, negotiated raises, and made money in ways I never thought possible. 3. From time for money to value for money. The old me, I thought the only way to make money was to trade hours for dollars. Work more hours to make more money. No work and no money. That's the employee mindset, and it caps your earnings. The shift wealthy, people don't trade time for money, they trade value. A YouTuber makes one video, and it earns forever. An entrepreneur builds a system that runs without them. An investor puts money to work while they sleep. What I did, I stopped asking, what's the hourly pay? And started asking, how can I create something once and sell it 1,000 times? How can I solve a problem for thousands of people? This led me to start a business instead of just looking for another job. 4. From failure is bad to failure is feedback. The old me, I was terrified of failing. If something didn't work, I'd quit and think, I'm not cut out for this. The shift, I studied people like Elon Musk, Kobe Bryant, and Oprah. They all failed repeatedly. But they didn't see failure as the end. They saw it as data. This didn't work. What can I learn? What adjustment do I need to make? My change, I started a side hustle that flopped. Instead of giving up, I ask, why did this fail? What do customers really want? The next attempt made me 10 Nalan in 3 months. 5, from I need money first to I need skills first. The old me, I thought, once I have money, I'll invest in myself. But that's backward. The shift wealthy people invest in themselves first. They known skills, got opportunities. A money, got more opportunities. What I did, spent my last 200 on a sales course while broke. Learned copywriting for free on YouTube. Practice negotiating daily. Result, those skills made me thousands and later millions. 6, from money is the goal to money is the reward. The old me, I chased money directly. Scams, get rich quick schemes, anything for a fast buck. The shift, I realized wealthy people don't chase money. They chase excellence and money follows. A great comedian doesn't think about money. They think about being funnier. A top athlete doesn't focus on the paycheck. They focus on winning. My change, I stopped saying, how can I make money? And started asking, what skill can I master? What problem can I solve? When I focused on being valuable, money came naturally. 7, from I'll start when I'm ready to I'll figure it out as I go. The old me, I waited for the perfect moment to start a business, invest, or take a risk. Spoiler, that moment never comes. The shift millionaires don't wait. They start before they feel ready. Jeff Bezos started Amazon in a garage. Steve Jobs started Apple without a degree. What I did, I launched my first business with 100 and no plan. Made every mistake possible. But within a year, I was making 10K a month. Lesson, ready is a myth. Start now. Closing challenge. If you take one thing from this video, let it be this: your mindset creates your reality. Broke mindset, a broke life. Millionaire mindset, millionaire life. Which will you choose? Next up, I'll reveal the exact side hustles that took me from 0 to my first 10K. Don't miss it. This is where the real magic happens. Final thought, you don't need money to start thinking like a millionaire. You just need to decide. So tell me in the comments, which mindset shift hit you the hardest? 3, the first one, 10K breakthrough. What if I told you your first 10,000 is the hardest, but also the most important money you'll ever make? When I was dead broke, hitting that first, the 110K felt impossible. But once I did, everything changed. It proved I could make real money. It gave me confidence. And most importantly, it funded my first big investments. Today, I'm breaking down exactly how I made my first $10, the side hustles, the mistakes, and the strategies that actually worked. No fluff, no just believe in yourself nonsense. Just real, actionable steps you can start today. 1, the mindset, no job is too small. The reality check, when you're broke, you can't afford to be picky. I swallowed my pride and took any legal work that paid, delivered food, DoorDash, Uber Eats, did odd jobs on Craigslist, moving, cleaning, assembling furniture, sold my old stuffs of clothes, electronics. Even key lesson, your first $1,000 won't come from your dream business. It'll come from doing what others won't. 2, the side hustle that made me $3,000 fast. Flipping stuff, how it worked. I started buying undervalued items at thrift stores, garage sales, and Facebook Marketplace, then resold them for profit. Examples, bought a used designer jacket for 20, sold for 150, found a rare video game at a yard sale for 5, sold on online for 120, purchased a broken iPhone for 50, fix, edit, simple YouTube tutorial, sold for 2 to 50, where I sold. Facebook Marketplace, eBay, OfferUp, why it worked, low startup cost. I started with just 100, no special skills needed, just basic research, fast cash to some items, sold same day. 3, The online gig that made me $2.500 in freelance writing. How I started, I had zero experience, but I knew I could write better than some people getting paid for it. Steps I took: signed up on Fiverr and Upworks, created a simple profile, offered cheap blog posts, a $20 for 500-word fast low delivered as to get 5-star reviews within 2 months. Raised my rates to $50 per article, landed a steady client paying $9 in a month. Key lesson: you don't need to be the best, just better than the worst guy getting paid. 4. The unexpected Vaughn's 500s and local services and no skills needed. What I did, I posted in local Facebook groups offering, I'll do anything for 25 hours. A cleaning, yard work, virtual assistant for small businesses, basic admin work, surprising results. A real estate agent hired me to input data, $500 a month. A busy mom paid me to organize her garage, as $300 one-time job. Why this work if people are lazy? If you make it easy for them to say it as, they'll pay you $5. The game changer affiliate mart in 2030 days. How I stumbled into it: I had a tiny Instagram page, just 500 followers, where I posted about books I liked. One day I signed up for Amazon Associates and started linking books in my posts. The result: made to 50 the first month, some not much, but it was passive as scaled by posting daily, hit 2,000 a month. 3 key takeaway: you don't need a huge following. You just need the right audience. 6. The final push: combining hustles. How I hit the 10K scene. I didn't rely on just one thing. I stacked hustles: morning, freelance writing 2 hours, afternoon, flipping items 1 hour, evening, affiliate marketing 30 mins. The power of multiple streams. If one hustle slowed down, the others kept me afloat. More opportunities, faster growth. Biggest mistakes, so you avoid them: quitting too soon, almost gave up after my first flip failed. Undercharging, charge 5 hours for work worth 5 hours for work worth 50. Not tracking money, lost 300 in fees by not keeping records. Your turn: how to start today. Pick one hustle: flipping, freelancing, local services. Commit for 30 days, no quitting. Reinvest your first $1,000s into better tools or education. Final thought: your first 10K won't come from one magical idea. It'll come from showing up daily, doing the work, and outlasting everyone who quits. Next up, I'll reveal how I turned that the 10K into 100K by investing it the right way. Don't miss it. 4 skills over degrees. What if I told you that right now, someone with no degree is making more money than doctors and lawyers, just by knowing the right skills? When I was broke, I thought I needed a fancy degree to get rich. Then I met people making 10K a month from their laptop. No student debt, no 9 to 5, just high income skills anyone can learn. Today, I'm revealing the exact skills that changed my life and how you can learn them faster than you think. 1. The harsh truth: degrees don't make you rich. Skills do. My old belief: if I get a degree, I'll automatically get a high-paying job. No degree, no success. The reality check: the average college grad has $37 in debt and makes a $50,000 a year. Meanwhile, a freelance copywriter with 6 months of training can make $1,000 a month. A self-taught programmer can out-earn an engineer with a degree. The shift: I stopped chasing credentials and started chasing skills that pay. 2. The first high-income skill: I learned copywriting, a $5K a month. What it is: copywriting, writing words that sell. Ads, emails, sales pages. How I learned it: free resources, studied free swipe files and YouTube tutorials. Practiced daily, wrote ads for big brands Nike, Apple as exercises. Offered free work. Wrote free emails for small businesses to build a portfolio. First paid gig: landed a 500 project on Upwork after 2 months. Within 6 months, it hit 5K a month from retainer clients. How you can start: Google copywriting swipe files, free examples. Practice rewriting ads for 30 mins a day. Offer cheap gigs on Fiverr to build experience. 3. The skill that changed everything: sales made me 20K in 3 months. Why sales? Everything in life is sales. Getting a job: you're selling yourself. Starting a business: you're selling your product. How I learned: read 3 books. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Influence by Robert Cialdini. Way of the Wolf. Straight line persuasion. Practiced on small deals. Sold cheap items on Craigslist just to practice closing. Cold emailed businesses, offered to help them make more sales. Got my first client this way. Result: went from 0 to 20K in 3 months just by closing deals for local businesses. How you can start: watch 1 sales training video daily. YouTube has thousands. Practice negotiating everything: discounts, bills, even with friends. 4. The digital goldmine: SEOs earned at 80K a month. Pass it SEO. What is SEO? Getting websites to rank on Google. Businesses pay BIG for this. How I learned: took a free course in HubSpot Academy, ranked my own site, built a simple blog about best coffee makers. Use SEO to get traffic, made money from ads and affiliates. Sold SEO services. Charged $1,500 a month to help businesses rank. Key lesson: you don't need to be a tech genius, just learn the basics and execute. 5. The quickest skill to monetize: Video editing, a 30K in 30 days. Why video editing? Every business needs videos, TikTok, YouTube ads. Beginners can charge 50 to 100 per video. How I started, learned on YouTube. Search Premiere Pro tutorials, edited for free, made 3 free videos for small YouTubers, got testimonials. Posted on Fiverr, got my first paid gig in 48 hours. Earning potential, beginners. Experts $1,000 as a video 6. The most underrated skill, negotiation. Save me fun at Why it matters, negotiating your salary to 500K extra in lifetime earnings. Negotiating business deals to higher profits. How I practiced, haggled everywhere, flea markets, phone bills, even at restaurants. Recorded myself, analyzed my weak points. Studied FBI negotiators. Learned tactic empathy. Biggest win, negotiated a client from 2K to 10K for the same project. 7. How to learn any high income skill fast. The 4-step framework. Pick one skill, don't jump around. Consume, practice daily. A 1 hour learning, 1 hour doing. Build a portfolio, free works, no work. Charge fast, even if it's $5 at first. Best free resources, YouTube, free tutorials, Coursera or Udemy, cheap courses, Reddit communities, real world advice. The biggest myth, it takes years to get good. Copywriting, 3-6 months to get paid. Sales, you can land a job in 30 days. Video editing, first paycheck in 2 weeks. The truth, you don't need to be the best, just better than the worst guy getting paid. Your turns. What skill will you learn first? Comment below which skill you're choosing. Spend 1 hour today learning it. Repeat for 30 days. Next up, I'll show you how I built multiple income streams so I never rely on one paycheck again. 5 multiple income streams. What if your paycheck suddenly disappeared tomorrow? Would you be screwed, or would you barely even notice? A few years ago, I would have panicked at that question because I had one income source, my job, and if that vanished, I was broke. But today, I have 7 different income streams, and some of them make money while I sleep. This isn't some rich guy fantasy. I built this from dollar. And in this video, I'm breaking down exactly how you can do it too. 1. Why one income source is dangerous. My wake up call, I got laid off from my job. Savings lasted 1 month. I realized if all your money comes from one place, you're always one step away from disaster. The millionaire mindset, rich people don't rely on one income. They build multiple streams. So if one fails, they barely feel it. 2. My first 3 income streams, how I started, I didn't go from 1 to 7 overnight. I started with 3 simple ones. Anyone can copy this. 1. Freelance writings, active come in 30K a month. What I did, offered blog writing on Upwork and Fiverr. How I scaled these, started at 20 articles, raised to 500 articles. Turn clients into monthly retainers. Key lesson, active income is your foundation. It funds everything else. To affiliate marketing, passive income, 1.5K a month. What I did, promoted products I already used, Amazon software tools. How it grew, wrote simple blog posts, Best laptops under fine fundroof. Made YouTube videos reviewing products. Best part, 24/7 from old content. 3. Selling digital products, semi passive all in 2K a month. What I created, a 29 ebook. So how to start freelancing with no experience. A 99 course, copywriting for beginners. How I market it, posted on Twitter or LinkedIn. Ran cheap Facebook ads of $1 a date. Why it's powerful, you create it once, sell it forever. 3. How I added 4 more streams, scaling to 20K till the month. Once the first 3 were stable, I reinvested profits into new streams. 4. Rental income, passive, 1.8K a month. Started small. Rented out my spare room on Airbnb. Scaled up, bought a cheap condo, used profits from freelancing. Pro tip, you don't need to own property. Try rent, arbitrage, lease, then sublet. 5. YouTube ad revenue, passive, a 4K a month. A niche of simple money making tutorials. How long it took 8 months to hit 1K a month. Key insight, it's slow at first, but compounds over time. 6. Stock dividends, a passive of 500 a month. How I started, invested 110K in dividend stocks like Coca-Cola, Apple. Reinvested dividends to grow faster. Get to 10K a year in dividends, so money works for me. 7. Consulting, active, 5K pay-ups a month. What I offer, help businesses grow online using skills I already had. How I land clients, LinkedIn outreach. Why it's great, high ticket, 2K to 10K per project. 4. The exact blueprint to build your own streams. You don't need 7 streams right away. Start with 1 active. Step 1, pick your active income stream. Freelancing, writing, design, coding. Consulting, teach what you already know. Local services, cleaning, errands, handyman work. Rule, this is your cash cow, it funds the rest. Step 28, add 1 passive income stream. Affiliate marketing, easiest to start. Selling digital products, ebooks, templates, YouTube or blogs, long-term play. Rule, reinvest 20% of profits from your active income into passive streams. Step 30, automate and outsource, hire a VA for $5 per hour to handle repetitive tasks. Use tools like Zapier to automate workflows. Goal, make your streams run without you. 5 biggest mistakes. Don't do these, adding too many streams too fast. Focus on 1 or 2 at a time. Ignoring passive income. Always be building something that makes money while you sleep. Not tracking cash flow. Use a simple spreadsheet to monitor each stream. Your turn. Start this week. Choose 1 active income stream. Start today. Pick one passive ideas, commit to working on it 1 hour a day. Reinvest your first 500 into your next stream. Final thought, the richest people in the world don't have one job. They have multiple systems making money for them. Your goal, build your first stream, then another, then another. Next up, pacing. I'll show you how I has invested my first to 10K to turning 100K. Don't miss it. Question for you, which income stream are you starting with? Let me know in the comments. I'll reply with tips. 6, investing early. What's the difference between being rich and being wealthy? Rich people have money. Wealthy people have money that makes money for them. When I made my first 10,000, I faced a critical choice: blow it all on things that lose value, cars, clothes, gadgets. Invest it in assets that pay me forever. I chose option 2, and it changed everything. Today, I'm revealing exactly where I put my first profits to turn 10K into 100K, and how you can do the same. 1. The mindset shift from spender to investor. My old thinking: if I make more money, investing is for rich people. The wake up call: I met a guy who made 50K a year, but was worth 2M plus because he invested early. Meanwhile, I knew people making 200K a year, but living paycheck to paycheck. The lesson: income makes you comfortable. Investing makes you wealthy. 2. Where I invested my first in a case, the exact breakdown. I didn't just throw money at random stocks. I followed a simple, proven strategy. Anyone can copy this. 1. It's 6% of 6,000 note. I buy SP 500 index fund of OO. Why? Historically averages 10% per year. Zero effort. Just let it grow. Results 6K, 15,800 in 5 years with no extra work. 2. Dividend stocks, a 20% to his dollar. What I bought: Coca-Cola. KO pays 3% yearly dividends. Multi-income O pays monthly dividends. Why? Passive income every quarter. Reinvested dividends grow faster. Result 2K. Now makes 40 a month in dividends while growing in value. 3. Crypto 10 cent. What I bought: Bitcoin and Ethereum. Why? High risk. Only use money I could afford to lose. Result 1K, peaked at $18 and sold half to lock in profits. 4. Myself 10% of $1 is what I spent on a sales course. Business books. Why? The best investment is always in yourself. Result led to a 50K client within 6 months. 3. The power of compound interest. My secret weapon: simple math. 5 years, so there's the $3,000 in 30 years, and $379,000 30 years. 1 point of the amount. The key: start to know, be consistent, never touch it. 4. Where to start with little money. You don't need 10K. Start with 100. Option 1T index funds, best for beginners. Platform: Robinhood, Fidelity, Vanguard. What to buy? Or VTI, total stock market. Strategy: setup auto, invest 50B week. Option 2 and a high yield savings, sell zero risk. Where discover Alibank at 4% APY. Why? Better than 0.01% at big banks. Emergency fund first, and then invest. Option 30 micro investing, spare chain, Appsayer, Acorn, Stash. How it works: rounds up purchases to invest. Example: spend $350, you want 50 goes to investments. 5 biggest mistakes I made, so you avoid them. Trying to time the market, lost 20K trying to buy low, sell high. Follow on hype, meme stocks. Shit coins, got burned on Dogecoin. Not diversifying, put too much into one stock, learn the hard way. Golden rule: 90% boring, safe investments, 10% fun, high risk plays. 6. Your turn. How to start today: open a brokerage account, takes 5 minutes. I use Fidelity. Setup auto, invest even $50 a week, adds up. Reinvest dividends is turn on DRIP and settings. First 100K is the heart of that. Money starts working for you. Final thought: the best time to invest was 10 years ago. The second best time, today. Next up, easy. I'll show you how I used leverage to scale from 100K to 1M. Question for you: what's the first investment you're making this week? Let me know in the comments. 7. The power of leverage. What if I told you the richest people in the world don't work harder than you? They just work smarter by using leverage. When I first started making money, I thought success meant grinding 80-hour weeks. Then I discovered leverage, the secret weapon that helped me 10x my income without 10x the effort. Today, I'm breaking down the 3 types of leverage that took me from sweating for every dollar to making money while I sleep. 1. What is leverage? So the force multiplier: simple definition. Leverage is using something else to do the heavy lifting for you. Real life example: without leverage, digging a hole with your hands. With leverage, using a shovel than an excavator. The result? Same hole 100x faster. 2. The 3 types of and on how I use them. 1. Time leverage: doing more in less time. A old way: trading hours, freelancing. Uber, it's CQI. Problem: you cap at 24 hours a day. How I leverage time: automation, use tools like Zapier to handle repetitive tasks. Delegation: hired a virtual assistant at $5 per hour to manage emails. Systems: created templates for everything, sales scripts, content. Result: freed up 24 hours a week to focus on high value work. 2. Money leverage: using OPM, other people's money, old way. Saving up 100K to start a business that takes years. Leverage way: using loans, investors, or revenue to grow faster. How I did it: business credit cards, used 0% APR offers to fund inventory. Real estate: put 10% down on a rental property, bank covered 9%. Pre-selling: sold a course before creating it at 20K up front. Key insight: Rich people don't use their money. They use banks, investors, and customers' money. 3. People leverage scaling beyond yourself. Old way. Doing everything myself, bottleneck at my capacity. Leveraged way, building a team to multiply output. How I hired smart, started cheap Fiverr freelancers for small tasks, 10 per blog post. Performance pay, hired salespeople on commission only. Equity deals, gave team members ownership, sent to align incentives. Result went from 10K month solo, 100K a month with a team. 3. The fastest leverage hack for beginners. The triangle strategy. Use money to buy ton outsource tasks. Use time to build assets of courses, rentals, businesses. Use assets to make more money. Example, spend $500 to hire VA, free up 20 hours. Use those hours to launch a digital product. Product makes $5K a month passively. 4. Biggest leverage mistakes. Avoid these. And scaling too fast, leverage without profit, disaster. Bad delegation, hiring cheap, unskilled workers to more work, fixing mistakes. Misusing debt, leveraging money you can't pay back to bankruptcy. Rules, only leverage what you can control and afford to lose. 5. How to start leveraging Totoi. Step 1. Identify your bottleneck, what's eating your time, what's limiting your income. Step 2. Apply the right leverage. Time problem, automate or delegate. Money problem, sell or use credit. Capacity problem, hire help. Step 3. Reinvest gains and flow profits into more leverage, team, bigger team, better tools. Final thought, leverage is the closest thing to magic in business. The moment I stopped trading time for money and started using these forces, my income exploded. Your turn to pick one type of leverage to implement this week. Next up, I'll show you the daily habits that keep me disciplined even when motivation fails. Question for you, which leverage type will you try first? Time, money, or people? Let me know in the comments. 8. My daily habits. What's the difference between people who dream about success and those who actually achieve it? It's not talent. It's not luck. It's what they do every single damn day. When I was broke and struggling, I thought motivation was the key to success. Then I learned the hard truth: motivation is garbage. Discipline is everything. Today, I'm revealing the exact daily habits that took me from hitting snooze 5 times to building $1 million business. These aren't fancy, just brutally effective routines that will work for you starting tomorrow. 1. The morning routine, 5:30 a.m. to 7:00 a.m., 5:30 a.m., no snooze, no excuses, alarm goes off. Feet hit the floor immediately. Why? The moment you negotiate with your alarm, you've lost. 5:35 a.m., cold shower 2 minutes under freezing water. Science says, boosts willpower, reduces inflammation, kicks your brain into gear. My take, it sucks every time, but it teaches you to do hard things first. Hydrate, caffeine, 16 Oz water with lemon that rehydrate after sleep. Black coffee, no sugar. Sugar crashes, kill focus. 6:00 a.m. deep work block is important task. 60 minutes of undisturbed phone off work on my #1 priority. For me, writing sales copy or recording videos. Rule: if you complete nothing else today, this gets done. 7:00 a.m. movement, 20-minute bodyweight workout or brisk walk outside. Not about getting jacked, about priming your brain. Exercise a better focus. 2. The workday framework at 8:00 a.m. to 3:00 p.m. time blocking. Not to do lists. I don't make to-do lists. They're stress lists. Instead, my calendar looks like this: 800 ton zine. Emails or admin 1100 1230 growth projects. Twazi $3100 lunch. Always away from screens. The 90-minute rule, work in 90-minute sprints, a 15-minute break. Science says this matches our natural ultradian rhythms. Afternoon power hour 200 p.m. When energy dips, I do high energy tasks, sales calls, team meetings, creative brainstorming. 3. The 9:30 p.m. and 130 p.m. and a p.m. in a digital sunset. 800 p.m. all screens are off by 8 p.m. Why? Blue light destroys sleep quality. Reflection time at 80:30 p.m. 3 questions in my journal. What did I do well today? What could I improve? What's my #1 priority tomorrow? Read fiction. 900 p.m. 30 minutes of fiction. No business books. Purpose lets my brain unwind while staying sharp. Lights out. 9:30 p.m. 7 to 8 hours of sleep is non-negotiable. Sleep is when your brain files away learning and solves problems. 4. The hidden habits that made all the difference. The 2-minute rule. If something takes 2 minutes, do it immediately. Stopped 80% of procrastination. Environment design. Phone stays in another room during work. Website blockers on during deep work. You don't need willpower if you remove temptations. Weekly review Sundays at 4 p.m. and 60 minutes to review wins or losses from the week. Plan the next week's priorities. Clean workspace, physical and digital. 5. The truth about motivation. Motivation follows action. I don't wait to feel like it. Action, momentum, and motivation. The 5-second rule. When I don't want to do something, I count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and move. Mel Robbins was right. This works. 6. How to start even if you're overwhelmed. Step 20. Pick one habit. Start with waking up 30 minutes earlier or 1 deep work block per day. Step 20. Stack it. Pair it with an existing habit. After I brush my teeth, I'll write for 15 minutes. Step 3. Track for 21 days. Print a calendar. X off each day you complete it. Don't break the chain. Final thought. Talent might get you started. Discipline is what gets you paid. These habits took me from broke to millionaire, not in a year, but one day at a time. Next up, I'll share the biggest mistakes that almost ruined me, so you can avoid them. Question for you. Which habit will you implement first? Let me know in the comments. Accountability works. 9 biggest mistakes and lessons. What if I told you I've lost over $250,000? Not from bad luck, from stupid, preventable mistakes that nearly destroyed everything I built. Success stories are boring. What really matters are the screw-ups, because that's where the gold is. Today, I'm revealing my most expensive mistakes so you don't have to make them. These aren't theoretical. They cost me money, time, and sanity. Learn from my pain. 1. Scaling too fast at 80,000 disaster. The mistake hit $20K a month in my business. Got greedy and hired 5 employees at once. Rented a fancy office. Bought expensive software we didn't need. What happened? Revenue stayed flat while expenses exploded. 6 months later, I was 80K in debt and had to fire everyone. The lesson: profit, so revenue. Only scale when you have recurring revenue. Your current team is overwhelmed. You can afford 6 months of payroll in cash too. Not having an emergency fund, the nightmare year. The mistake: thought hustle could replace savings. Had zero put aside. What happened? Key client left unexpectedly. Car engine blew up. Medical emergency hit. I was forced to take predatory loans at 25% interest. The lesson: save first, spend later. Now I keep 3 months expenses in cash, 6 months in liquid investments. Never touch this money for opportunities. 3. Partnering with the wrong people. The backstab. The mistake: started a business with my best friend without clear equity splits, defined roles, legal agreements. What happened? He stole a 50K from the business account. Disappeared for 3 weeks to find himself. I had to buy him out to save the company. The lesson: business isn't family. Always get everything in writing. Vest equity over 4 years. Have a shotgun clause. 4. Chasing shiny objects. The 2-year distraction. The mistake: had a business making 10K a month. Got bored and launched a podcast, a merch line, a coaching program all at once. What happened? Original business crumbled from neglect. New projects all failed. Went back to $0 a month within a year. The lesson: mastery variety. I say no to 95% of opportunities. Only add streams that leverage existing skills. Require any new project to pass the 24-hour rule. 5. Not protecting my energy. The burnout. The mistake: worked 100-hour weeks for 18 months straight. Skipped vacations. Probably wore no days off as a badge. What happened? Developed severe anxiety. Couldn't get out of bed for 3 weeks. Lost all passion for my business. The lesson: you're not a machine. Now, i.e., take every Sunday off, completely schedule quarterly vacations, have strict shut down hours, no work after 7 p.m. 6th, ignoring legal stuffs, the 30K ops. The mistake: didn't trademark my brand name. Used unlicensed music in videos. Was sloppy with cracks. What happened? Got sued for copyright infringement. Had to rebrand overnight. Paid 30K in legal fees. The lesson: pay lawyers now or pay more later. Now I trademark everything important, use only licensed assets, have a lawyer on retainer. 7. The most dangerous mistake of all. Thinking I had it all figured out. After my first 100K, I stopped learning, dismissed advice as aiders, became the arrogant guy I used to hate. The fix: now easy. Read 30 pages a day minimum, have mentors who challenge me, stay in student mode. No matter what, how to avoid these mistakes yourself. Make your never again list. Write down my mistakes that scare you most. Put it where you'll see it daily. The 10% rule. Before any big decision, ask what's the 10% chance of the worst case scenario. Then plan to avoid it. Find a Yoda. Pay someone who's been there to spot your blind spots. Final thought: the difference between successful people and failures isn't that one makes fewer mistakes. It's that they learn faster. These lessons cost me over $250,000. They're yours for free. Next up, I'll give you the exact step-by-step plan to implement everything we've covered. Question for you: which of these mistakes are you most likely to make? Call yourself out in the comments. It might save you 6 figures. 10-year step-by-step plan. What's the difference between someone who watches a video like this and actually becomes a millionaire? One takes notes. The other takes action. You've just absorbed hours of lessons from my journey. But if you don't apply them, they're worthless. So today, I'm giving you the exact checklist I wish I had when I started, with deadlines, dollar amounts, and no BS. This is an inspiration. This is your marching orders. Phase 1 team. Week 1, set the foundation. Day 1 team, the money autopsy action. Open a spreadsheet. List all debts, amounts, or interest rates, monthly expenses. Cut 3 non-essentials today. Current income sources. Deadline tonight before bed. Day 2, open these accounts: high yield savings, Ally or Discover for emergency fund, brokerage account, Fidelity or Vanguard for investing, separate business account, even if just side hustles. Time required. Day 30, choose your first skill. Pick one high income skill to learn first: copywriting, sales, SEO, video editing, action. Spend 1 hour today on free training, YouTube, Udemy. Day 40, launch your first income stream options. Require an O or die freelancing, offer services on Fiverr or Upwork, even at 5 and flipping. List 3 items you own on Facebook Marketplace. Affiliate marketing. Sign up for Amazon Associate. Share 1 link today. E57, the grind begins daily. Minimum 1 hour skill development, 1 income. Producing action. Send a pitch. List an item. A 7 on 10 saved or invested. Phase 20 month 1 build momentum financial targets. Save 500 emergency fund. Sell stuff. Side gigs, you earn 1,000 from side hustles. Invest $100 in index funds or crypto. Habit tracker. Print a calendar. Each day you complete skill work, income, action, savings. Don't break the chain. Key move, reinvest 50% of profit. Scale better tools, of course. Software style outsourcing. Adds a fees 30 a month 2-3 scale and systemize. Double your income streams. Now added passive income. Digital products, ebook, leverage, hire a $5 per hour VA for repetitive tasks. The 10-hour test for every hour worked. Ask, could someone or something else do this? Automate. Investing rule, every 3,000 saved gets allocated 60% index funds, 20% crypto, 10% dividends, 10% gamble money. Phase 4E, month 4-6, escape the rat race targets. 5K a month income, 3 income streams. I1 passive at 50K invested, critical shift. Start tracking net worth as assets minus debts instead of just income. The CEO move, spend 80% of time on high value task sales, creating IP 20% or less on admin. Phase fee 7 year 1, make it irreversible, non-negotiables. 15K fuzz, net worth 6 months expenses, save 5 income streams, 2 fall passive, upgrade your skills. Now added advanced sales, team management, tax optimization, the millionaire habit, weekly, no work day to avoid burnout. The brutal truth, this isn't complicated, but 95% of people will quit by phase 2. They'll get distracted by shiny objects, make excuses about time, let one failure stop them. Will you be in the 5% who follow through? Your next steps right now. Comment, day 1 below. This makes you accountable. Set phone reminder for tomorrow, 8 a.m. 1 hour skill, some 1 income action. Text this plan to someone who'll check on your progress. Final thought, a year from now, you'll either be celebrating your progress or wishing you'd started today. The blueprint is in your hands. What's your move? P.S. The first 50 people to comment, day 1 will get a free checklist version of this plan from me. Time to get to work.